I think if you're talking about in a Baha'i context, I would expect that infinity would refer to the covenant. That Baha'is believe that God has been here forever, has a relationship with man forever, and has a plan for humanity that has been since before humans existed and will go on, I suppose, beyond the extension of human beings.
That's why we've been married for 35 years.
Spiritual reality. When you talk about the essence of something, you're talking about its ultimate reality, its primary reality. So our primary reality is our soul, which emanates, we believe, from God. All creation, Baha'is believe, emanates from God. So even these manifestations emanate from God, but they're not pieces of God.
Judging with obsolete information comes from hanging on to past pain. It causes fear, anger, mistrust. Often we are hanging on to past successes that we can't let go. It felt so good. Let's just hang on to that, you know. Because of our past successes, very often we will apply a solution to a particular problem even when that solution no longer works. It worked then, but it doesn't work now.
So even in pain and suffering, even in disease, there's incredible opportunities for growth. Many of you heard me speak before and know that I was very ill as a child in a wheelchair and had real serious problems. They thought I was going to die. And I remember, and this went on for about 5 years, and I remember asking God in my prayers, you know, please heal me. And God would always say no, because it didn't just heal me. And then finally one day my prayers were answered. And there were incredible outcomes from all that pain and suffering in my life. I have incredible empathy for people that are in pain and suffering. I think I'm generally a very compassionate person. I got incredible insights about patience and long suffering and all kinds of wonderful things that if I had not gone through that experience, that I wouldn't have acquired in my life. And so this is what the hardships of life are about.
On the subject of medical treatment, it's written in the Baha'i writings, do not neglect medical treatment when it is necessary, but leave it off when health has been restored. Treat disease through diet, by preference, refraining from the use of drugs. And if you find what is required in a single herb, do not resort to a compounded medication. Abstain from drugs when the health is good, but administer them when necessary. What does it say about prayer? There are two ways of healing sickness, material means and spiritual means. The first is by the use of remedies, of medicines, and the second consists in praying to God and in turning to Him. Both means should be used in practice. So it's not like the Baha'i writings talks about just praying your ailments away, right? We are told to go to the doctor and accept what the doctor says, provided that it's based on what? Justice.
The process is to get rid of that basically chatter that is self. And then whatever is left, it's a simple reality, something that is left, which is true you, that is unaffected by these chatter that is going around. And guess what? Try to take a minute and try not to think. Just try right now, not to think. You see, it's impossible. So your mechanism or brain is designed to continuously think. So the process of meditative voyage is to allow oneself to deafen, basically, this process of chatter that is going on into our brain.
It seems to me in the Baha'i writings too, it talks about this capacity to move from this lower nature of our suffering, our sense of fear or anger, and there's many other emotions, but I'm just staying with those two for tonight, to let go of those, we have to have a larger motivation, something else that we value more. And that, Abdu'l-Baha tells us over and over again, is love. We need to find within ourselves a wellspring of love that is more real to us than the texture of our anger or the seduction of our fear.
Thanks for coming tonight. Thanks for being here. I know what you all are thinking. It's Saturday night, and why am I here listening to a lawyer talk about religion? So, how can I believe anything this man says? So, really, my talk tonight, and Ken Bees asked me to come up with a title and a topic. I came up with the title, A Baha'i Exaltation of Christianity and the Need for Renewal. Why? Because there's just a lot of great stuff in the Baha'i faith that talks about how great Christianity is. And being a Christian who became a Baha'i, it's good that we're reminded of that, and looking at that, and looking at Christianity, we can see, I think, my belief is, we can see a reflection of ourselves, where we've come from, where we want to go, and that centers us on this notion of a need for renewal, which involves thinking about the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven coming upon the earth, and what Baha'is do in terms of building the kingdom.